I'm an illustrator in 12-step recovery. I have, in other drawings, made illustrations of words that are found in the early writings of 12-step literature, specifically the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, written in the late 30s. But uh, today I'm taking on a project called Religious or Not, which is a question concerning whether 12 steps are a religious group and process or whether they're not. And I don't think I can settle the question, but I decided to go look up in the dictionary, Webster's dictionary, which was current at the time the 12 steps are written. And I got this definition: religion, the service and adoration of God or a God, as expressed in forms of worship in obedience to divine commands, especially as found in accepted sacred writings or as declared by recognized teachers, and in the pursuit of a way of life regarded as incumbent on true believers. Now, the drawing is actually the same drawing I used in the Serenity Prayer. It began with the word, "God, grant me the serenity." And I couldn't use a different definition because it's the same word. But remember, I'm using the word that was found in Webster's dictionary. They used the word God or a God. That was the supreme being or a being of more than human attributes. And I did notice that over in the 12-step writing, they referred to God as higher than human power. And I noticed that had some similarities to the way Webster's worded their own definition. So the question is, just glancing back at the definition of religion, it's the service and adoration of God or a God. So I've counted the word God being used 300 times in the 400-page 12-step, original 12-step book, which included stories in the back not written by Bill Wilson. And so a lot of people will take that as evidence that this is a very religious program because it includes the word God. And I don't dispute that. It does include the word God a lot. And there's language in there saying it's the God of your understanding. You're welcome to call it a higher power. You're not required to, for example, name a denomination such as Christianity or a world religion such as Buddhism or Islam or the Jewish faith or um, any of the thousands of fantastic religious practices in the world. You're not going to find, in my opinion, references to specific religions. It is the God word which they put in, and they decided to leave in over some 1934 insistence that books that include the word God actually didn't sell very well at that time. And someone said, "Hey, man, if we're gonna sell a lot of these books, don't put the word God in there." But um, the story goes that Bill Wilson was about to remove it. He was a salesman after all, and he said, I think that's good marketing advice. I'm going to take the word God out of it." And the story goes, whether it's true or whether it's simply apocryphal, um, his wife heard him say that and slammed down a coffee pot on the table and exclaimed, "You forgot who got you sober." In other words, you're getting off track from the real way that you personally got sober. And so the word stayed in. It continues to drive people away from the 12 steps because they're very, very leery of a God-based program, and other people are attracted to it. Ironically, I find many people who have strong preconceptions of God come to a 12-step meeting and are actually disappointed that the God being talked about in the 12-step program is non-denominational. And you'll hear all kinds of arguments and things. And the tradition is 12-step groups don't get involved in controversy. So they just accept that the words are what they are in the literature. And again, this word is used in the dictionary to mean a being of higher than human attributes. That's part of the definition of religion. You can see more at 12drawings.com. Thanks for listening.